Hello everyone, Joshua Myers here, and welcome back for another movie review series. And today we're going to be looking at the Final Destination franchise. So let's get right into this. So like I said in the opening, today we're going to be starting my Final Destination franchise review series because well, there's a new one coming out in theaters May 16th, so pretty soon as of recording. So with the release of the 6th entry in the franchise, I figured it's about time and would be a good time more than any to cover the Final Destination franchise. Now, a bit of my history with the Final Destination franchise, I've only seen the first one, and that was years ago. It was like back in like 2019, something like that. That was over on my main channel. I did my original review of the first Final Destination movie, which I will post a link to the original review if you want to hear my original thoughts on the movie. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. We're going to be looking at Final Destination from 2000.
Death's coming at you. Now you have to figure out when.
Tell me, am I going to die?
I'm not gonna let it happen, okay?
Final Destination stars Devon Sawa, Ali Larter, Ken Smith, Daniel Roebuck, Chad Donella, Roger Smith, Tony Todd, and is directed by James Wong. Plot of Final Destination is that after boarding a plane to Europe with his fellow French club members, high school student Alex Browning, Devon Sawa, has a premonition of the aircraft exploding moments after takeoff, killing all on board. He panics, insisting that everyone get off the plane. In the melee that ensues, 7 people, including Alex, are forced to disembark. But as each of these 7 meets an untimely end, Alex and his remaining friends band together to change destiny and outwit the untamable forces of death. Again, like I said in the opening of this review, this is the only Final Destination film I've seen. I've seen the original and that was it. I haven't checked out any of the sequels. So this was not a first time watch. I saw the original again around 2019-ish, something like that. I don't remember. I'll have to look, but I did an original review over on my main channel, Blood Moon Productions, and I remember initially wasn't a fan of this one. Now, I did like some aspects of it here and there, but I didn't saw the appeal of Final Destination, so I never really bothered to check out the rest of the films. So, but with the announcement of the new film, and also too with the unfortunate news of the passing of Tony Todd, which, yeah, that was a sad moment for all of us in the horror community. He was a great talent. I wish I could have met him. There was a chance I could have met him at, so there was a film festival that I attended that he was there, but at the time I hadn't seen any of his work, so I chose not to meet him. I kind of regret doing that, and I wish I had gotten a chance to meet him. He seemed like a really, decent guy from what I've seen, and him interacting with other people, and he is going to be a sorry missed icon of horror. So let's all give a moment's silence for the late, great Tony Todd. He will be missed. Okay. So, with that out of the way, let's get on with the review, shall we? honestly pretty much okay. So my thoughts on the movie have changed actually after the second watch, and personally, I felt the movie is a lot better than I initially thought it was. So, let's start off with the positives. I'll start off with, the acting and the characters. I pretty much really liked a lot of these characters, actually. They did feel like real people. They did feel like, real. I mean, not 100% like real high school students considering the ages of the actors, but they tried. They really did. And I think it shows in their performances and that. Which, again, speaking of performances, I would say all the performances are really good. I think, especially from Devon Sawa. I could see why he took on in the horror realm. He is really good. Last thing I saw him in was the Chucky TV series, which I only saw like a few episodes of season 1, which I will be getting around to doing that at some point. Yeah, he is really good. And Devon Sawa is really good in this movie. I also think some of the supporting cast is really good as well. Like Ali Larter as Claire River, as Claire. Claire or Claire, I don't know. She is really good in this movie. Ken Smith as Carter is also really good and could be pretty funny sometimes too. I also like the two agents in this movie, Agent Wine and Agent Shrek, I think, played by Daniel Roebuck and Roger Smith. They were both pretty good. And also too, the Tony Todd, he is just so good in this movie, and there's a lot of mystique to his character. Now, I've heard several different theories about his character in this franchise, considering he does pop up throughout the sequels, and I know that because I've heard that. So, and one of the theories that people have is that he could be death itself. He could be death. So, I don't know. Again, I haven't seen the sequel, so I don't know how much involved he is in them. I know he was there all the way until the newest one. The newest one will be his final performance. Again, Tony Todd is amazing as always. I always like him wherever I see him. He's a great actor. So yeah, all the actors are doing a great job. Did a great job in this movie. And also too, in regards to the characters, I liked a lot of the characters. I didn't want to see them die, really, and there was a lot of suspense in regards to trying to, and that's another positive I have too. The film is pretty damn suspenseful. It really is. There are times, because it's been a while since I've seen this movie, so I didn't remember most of it. So, but there are times where it's Alex is having these premonitions of each of the characters dying and stuff like that, and you're always thinking about how, first of all, are they going to die? Could Alex prevent them dying? And if so, how? And if not, the other how question is, how are they going to die? And there's always moments where it's and it's just, I think I remember one time this rewatch, I had to freaking close my eyes off one scene, one part, because I was I think I might know where this is going, and it's it really is uncomfortable in regards to that. Just the tension and the suspense, it's just chef's kiss with that. Another positive I have is, I will say a lot of these, and I don't really talk about this often, because I don't think it's really as important for horror films as a lot of people, some people think it is, but I think the deaths are pretty creative in this movie. I heard they get more creative as the series goes on, so we'll just see about that, and sometimes even shocking. And also too, let's give a round of applause to director James Wan, not to be confused with James Wan, director of Saw. James Wan, if you don't know, he directed Final Destination 3 as well, so he directs the third entry into the series as well. He directed the 2006 remake of Black Christmas, which I didn't really like, so I'm actually surprised so that kind of makes me think it wasn't James Wong's fault for the Black Christmas remake. And he also directed another infamous movie, and that is Dragon Ball Evolution. Now, I haven't seen Dragon Ball Evolution because I'm not a Dragon Ball Z fan. So for all you Dragon Ball Z fans who are watching this channel, I'm sorry to disappoint. I'm just not much of an anime fan in general. So, it's not really my style. So, but yeah. If you're wondering who directed this movie, it's that guy. The same guy who did Dragon Ball Evolution, Black Christmas 2006, and Final Destination 3. So those are the big ones that he's directed. But I will say, so far of the ones I've seen of his work, this is probably his best work. I've seen it again. Haven't seen Final Destination 3, and I have not seen Dragon Ball Evolution. But basing on what I've seen of Dragon Ball Evolution, this is his best work. Good job, man. And also, too, ending my positives, the last positive I got here is personally the runtime. Now, the runtime here clocks at 1 hour and 38 minutes, and it doesn't keep you there for too long at all. It knows how long it needs to stay for. So there's that. So it's a pretty fast, it's a pretty decent paced movie. There's not much I could think of in regards to things I mix on, so let's move on to my negatives, and I do have one. There is a moment, without trying to spoil the movie, if you guys haven't seen it, there's a moment closer to the midway point. It was after, a few characters have kind of dropped dead and everything like that. He has a premonition of the next character being offed off. He goes into the area where the person died, and I'll just say it involved some knives. And Alex ends up pulling the knife out from the person, and I'm just like, oh, you freaking idiot. That was one of the more idiotic decisions that he's made, and a lot of these characters has made, because, the FBI is we're kind of watching him and stuff like that, so him pulling the knife out and everything is going to, him grabbing the knife is going to be, they're going to start thinking you have been, maybe you weren't involved in the plane accident, but you have been involved in the deaths of his other students and stuff like that. So I'm just like, you fucking idiot. Seriously. One of the dumbest moves there. So with that said, I'm gonna give Final Destination a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Now, my rating has definitely changed. My rating initially was, I don't remember what I rated it originally, but it wasn't this high of a rating, I know that. So, but this was actually fun. It was fun to revisit this movie, and I actually enjoyed it more on the second watch than I did the first watch. So, yeah, I'd highly recommend this movie if you guys have not seen it. I will be at some point checking out the rest of the Final Destination franchise. Again, since we got the new one coming out on May 16th. So, yeah, so that's it for this review. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Currently, my channel is now at 193 subscribers. I'm almost up to 200. So let's try to get me to 200. And then we can see about getting me to 300 subscribers. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.